So my father and my mother, they married in July 13th, 1947. And my father took my mom from San Pedro to Wilmington. The family from Pedro didn't like that too much, but my mother and my dad had, let's see, 5 children in this little house behind my grandmother on Dominguez Street in Wilmington. My dad worked in the awning business, and he saved and saved and saved. He was finally able to, in 1953, buy property and open a store, a market. So behind my grandmother's house, this little house, I mean, when you're a child, you remember the best things. Tea parties, the photographs we have. My dad's best friend, Clem Miramontes, he took a vast amount of photographs of all of us. So of course that enhances my memory, because I look at them and I go, oh, this is what we were doing back then. Okay, maybe I was 3 years old, but this is what we were doing. In one of the photographs, we're at a little table and chairs, and me, my sister, and 2 cousins, and my sister's holding this doll, and which, you know, everybody had our little favorite dolls back then. Well, fast forward to maybe 2010, when I was going to antique stores and going to estate sales, I find this doll. And I don't know if my sister came into my house and saw the doll, but she said, "That's my doll." And I said, "No, that's not your doll. I bought it in an estate sale." "No, that's my doll." And I just kind of looked at her, and I went and looked at the picture. It's the exact same doll that I had found at an estate sale. Anyway, so that's one story of growing up right there behind my grandmother's house. But meanwhile, my dad built this store on the west side of Wilmington on Fries Avenue. And then he built on top of it a place for his wife and children. So when we moved there in 1959, there were 5 or 6 of us, and then the other 4 came later. I'm number 3 of 9 children. So my dad, this property that he bought was very big property. And so my dad made sure we had everything. We had our swing set, we had our monkey bars, we had our heels, we actually had heels that my dad built for us in our backyard. We used to take our wagons and go camping throughout the whole entire yard. We would just go around in circles, and we would stop and we'd camp. We'd do whatever we needed. We learned a lot from my dad, because every year when we went camping, whether it be Yosemite or Ensenada, Mexico, my dad built his own tents. So we, copying my dad, would take whatever we could find and go in the backyard and make our own tents. That was one of the things we did as little kids. It was always something going around on 425 Freeze, always something happening, whether it was 9 kids, you can imagine. Not everybody got a birthday party every year, but on your special numbers, you got a birthday party. And there was all these relatives from Wilmington, San Pedro, and Santa Ana. Everybody would all come together. So all these photographs that I have, well, negatives that I have, show all these families coming together.